This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We are talking about something that it happened once. That was bad enough.
Yeah.
But then it happened again on the same day, inspired by the childcare centre where the kids locked themselves in the shed and then they were, told to get out of the shed.
Yeah.
And they got out of the shed.
So then they locked it.
And then they got back in the shed again.
Well done, kids.
Which was locked. And that's actually, you know what? You get,
Those kids-
you get a scratch and sniffer for that under my watch.
Those kids are up to something. Clarissa, hello.
Good morning.
Morning, Clarissa.
Hi. What happened twice?
Okay, so I was really busy. It was the morning. I've got two kids, right? So I'm rushing and putting the kids in the car, and we're only going up the road. And when I get to the destination, I realise where's my phone, but on the roof of the car. I was like, oh, thank God. Okay.
So
oh,
it was
my
still
God,
there?
thank you. It's okay. Still there. It was literally, we're just going down the road. I was like, okay, that cold feeling in my stomach, you know?
Yes.
It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah. Later that day, we had to go to my friend's house. Okay, so again, I'm rushing and my kids are screaming, whatever. Getting them in the car, and I went to my friend's house. We had a great time. Then we got home from my friend's house, and I was like, where's my phone? And I'm looking everywhere, and I'm going, oh, my God, where is it? Like, I can't ring my friend. If I left it at your house, I don't have my phone.
You don't know a number.
So I'm like, yeah, exactly. So I get my iPad, and I'm like trying to do the, find my phone app. And I locate it, and on Tonkin Highway. And I'm like, oh no, I did it again. And so I'm like, I was devastated. I was like, but it's got all the photos of my new baby that I'd had. And so my partner goes out on Tonkin, goes out with my neighbour, bless his heart, he's so sweet. I'll go with him because it's dangerous, right, to go out on Tonkin Highway.
Yes.
Right? So they go out, and what do you know? Literally the app pinpointed it to where it was, and they found it, and they brought it home. Yes, it was smashed.
Yeah.
But in the same day.
That is
I know.
Twice in the same
and you've
day.
never done it before. Isn't that crazy?
No. And I was like, no, how did I do this? But I did.
Well,
You know what? It takes a day like that for it to be cemented in your memory, and then you actually check all the time. Yeah?
You'd hope.
Yeah, you hope.
Yeah, two young kids, so,
Clarissa, you're right.
take
Good
a
one.
lot of attention. Thanks, Clarissa. Tasman?
Yeah. Hey, Tasman.
Hey, Tasman.
Okay,
Morning.
what did you do twice?
Well, I'm in the trenches with my newborn baby. So,
All I'm hearing is a lot of baby and children blaming here.
so this is about, she's nearly nearly 9. So 9 years ago, I cannot get her to sleep. During the day, can't get her to sleep. I'm like, but I'm putting her in the car. We'll go for a drive. Anyway, in the car, driving around for 5 minutes, she falls asleep. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I'm like, well, I can't stop because if I stop, she'll wake up.
Yeah.
So I kept driving. Little did I, I'm in my own little world, as I said, sleep deprived, and I proceed to go through a camera through a school zone. So it's 40. I must have been doing about 53.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like, you know what? It's worth it to I'll pay the fine.
If this was a ride, I'd be buying a ticket.
That's it. Yeah. I should have actually put her in an Uber and just pay for the Uber. They could have driven her around.
That's so funny. What, just have an Uber pop up and put baby in and take him out for 20 minutes?
So then I'm like, I'm going to keep driving. Like, it's all good. So I'm driving around, can't stop. I go through the same spot, doing 52 again. I was like, and then I started crying. Like,
Because that's demerit points as well.
Yeah,
so
that's like
and I'm in my head as I'm driving. I'm like, I'm gonna write a letter and I'll tell them what's happened. They'll take care of me.
That's going to work.
2 weeks later, the postie comes. My name on one envelope. Next day, another envelope. So I've got 2 signed. Most expensive sleep ever. I should have put her in a hotel.
Yeah, you should have, Tasman.
Exactly.
Would have got a nice Airbnb for
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
That is so
Gut
funny.
wrenching.
Tasman, that is heartbreaking. Thank you. Jenna's in Morley. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Jenna. We're hearing a lot of
Jenna.
heartbreaking stories. Jenna, did you do the same stupid thing twice?
I did it more than that, but I have actually a better story than that. I got hit in the face twice in one game with a soccer ball sitting on the sideline by 2 different players.
Falcon!
I was
So you're
wearing
just-
like glasses at the time, and the total of my glasses, they did not make the game and my parents were not happy with me.
So you're a kid. You're on the sidelines
High
waiting
school,
for your
yeah.
game.
I'm in like year 8, year 9 high school doing soccer
Yeah.
at sport, and literally on the sideline waiting for my turn, and it was 2 different players just like so happened to hit me out of nowhere.
In the space of what? In the space of what?
Just the one period of like learning soccer.
Yeah.
And let me
So
get
it
it straight.
would've been, what, 45 minutes?
Let me get it straight. So amazingly, 2 different kids kick the ball into your face. You get home and your parents tell you off for your glasses breaking.
100%. The glasses thing, I didn't even want to go into it with my parents. I fell asleep with them. I stood on them. I did all sorts. So that was just like, yeah, Jenna, I'm sure that's really what happened.
Oh, yeah. No one will believe you. Twice, yeah, sure. That's never going to fly with us.
That is heartbreaking. Thank you.
Hi, Hayley.
Hi, how you going?
Good, mate. We're talking
Hayley.
about things that unbelievably happened twice in one day. What happened?
So my parents had just moved into their brand new house, and I was a P plater. And I was heading out to school, and I've reversed out and taken the garage door with me.
Yeah.
Oh, so it just you didn't open it at all?
I thought it was, but clearly it wasn't cleared up the top.
And how
No.
could you tell? By turning around, but anyway.
Yeah, rearview mirror.
We've all been
I think
kid drivers.
I think the thump gave it away as well.
Yes.
Oh.
And then, so they got it all fixed, and then I've jumped back in the car, and Mum's out the front to make sure I haven't done anything, and I've taken it with me again.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately
She would have
afterwards.
got. I mean, if my father was there, I would have been
How amazing.
smacked into another dimension.
And then I opened the door in panic, and my door got wedged as well, right where the railing was. So I've done my car door, the hinge, the garage, and the hinges on the garage
hey,
door.
that's the
So
worst.
the first time it happened, right? Your parents were like, this is ridiculous, right? They're
Yeah.
out there checking out the damage. The second time you did it, but you did it worse.
Yeah.
Dad's gone, what was that noise? And Mum's there, yelled out. She's gone, she's done it again.
I know the feeling. That's the worst.
Good work,
Hayley.
Hayley. Thank you. Shana's in Wembley Downs. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Shana. Okay, what happened twice?
So at Rottnest, favourite place, loving life on holidays, sitting out the front of the bungalow in the sun. Seagull comes, poos on my T-shirt.
Oh.
I'm like, gross. Go inside, put a fresh one on, come out, haven't even sat down, pooed on it again.
So, do you think it was the same seagull that was just targeting you, or or they were daring one another to do it? What do you reckon?
Totally out for me.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah.
they're like. They
No,
just
no,
congregate
vindictive.
together.
There are
She
certain
didn't give us a
things-
chip. Let's get her.
There are certain things that aren't your fault, right? But like you look at it like your fault.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're down the beach or something like that, and then there's flies around you, and you think,
Yeah.
people think I stink.
Yeah.
Yes.
When a bird repeatedly chooses you to
Yeah.
shit on.
And
I
also-
don't know what it's saying about you, but it's not saying something good.
And the other thing is, like, you're away on holidays. It's not like you take an endless supply of T-shirts.
No,
so you're going
particularly at Rotto.
through them
Yeah.
pretty fast, aren't you?
Oh,
Amazing.
God.
Thanks, Shana.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We've got more of our wild ride chat with Ross Noble because, of course, we talked about the Titanic.
Yes.
Remember back in the day when the Titanic first came out, right? The world was fat shaming Kate Winslet for playing Rose. Now, if you do yourself a favour, right? Today, go and Google pictures of her when she was in there, and they were fat shaming her. She is not fat at all.
I
It
thought
is
she looked
crazy.
She looked beautiful.
Yeah,
then.
no,
I
that was
remember.
the whole story was,
Yeah.
and she had to come out and do interviews about how she was cast as the larger woman against. And you got to remember, Leonardo DiCaprio was like a broomstick back then,
Yeah,
so
and he
anyone
was.
was fat
And a
next to
child.
him. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, but it was a different. Back then his girlfriends were age appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those were the days.
None of them ever aged past 25. Hey, Ross.
The thing is though, is that like you got to hand it to James Cameron because it was one of those. You got to remember when that film came out, Kate Moss was at our absolute height, and it was that thing. It was that kind of skinny
Whitefish,
chic and
yeah.
everything. And we did have we had a completely different sort of approach to what you're right. It was one of those things where everyone had to be super skinny and it
You're
was
right.
unhealthy.
Back then, it
And
was like
Kate
healthy women, yuck. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah, exactly. And Kate Winslet, absolutely beautiful, lovely, absolutely lovely. And it's one of them things where, like, they'll go, oh, yeah, we've moved on and now we're all a bit more enlightened. But I have to say, I'm just saying, and James Cameron is one of my heroes. I absolutely love James Cameron. But all I'm saying is, where are the fat Na'vi in Avatar? Look at them.
They're too
It's
active.
a great question. Well, there's no KFC on that planet. That's obviously the answer.
Exactly. You think there's just, I mean, maybe that's what, he's doing 5 of them. Like now, they're all athletic, they're warriors, they're super skinny. Maybe in the 5th one, they
just
defeat
blow
the
out.
humans, they get all the rubbish food, and it's just a
They
big
get Uber Eats.
He's just sat in a chair. He's just sat in a chair, scratching his blue arm. I remember.
And then it looks like the guy from the Olympics opening ceremony.
Yeah.
But think about it as well. The Na'vi, of course, on that planet, they're all vegetarians, aren't they? They all just one with the plants, and they don't. I don't know if they. Oh no, they kill animals. They eat farm to table.
Yeah.
Like
paddock to plate, Nath.
Paddock to plate. They eat that way, so they're not doing too bad.
I wasn't sure about the underwater people this time in. The Avatar show.
Sean, if you love seafood, that's the place. That's the tribe you want to live with.
Fair call.
But then the other problem I've got with the Na'vi, and
I've been waiting to say it.
I'm a fantasy racist. That's what I am.
Yeah, okay.
Here's my problem with the Na'vi. No, my problem with the Na'vi, right, is they've got the long ponytail there.
Yes.
And then when they bond with their partner, and then that intertwines and they're together. And it's this beautiful moment of this sensual thing. And then 2 minutes later, they're plugging into them big flying bird things.
Yeah. So
And
it's
they're
like they're doing it with the birds.
And they're connecting with them. And I think, what are you doing? It's like fondling a pigeon.
No, it's like having to get into your car and turn it on with your penis.
Okay.
You know what? I wasn't going to go there. I thought fondle a pigeon would be better. But it's good to know if you're sure.
There's
and it's
the line.
good to know that you can properly cross the line.
Of course you can.
We love your work, Ross.
One final question, right? Just one final question before I go, right? On the Na'vi, right?
Okay, yes.
It's like about time this came up in an interview.
Okay.
He's sat there in his chair, big fat Na'vi. He's eating the burger ring cheeseburger thing that you've created, right? He's choking on it, right? He's choking on it. How do you know? He's already burnt.
That's, such a good point, Ross.
It's a really good point.
What a great way to finish this interview.
And I do know there's probably more things about the Na'vi, but we'll get that off your chest the next time.
To be fair, more questions than answers.
I haven't put the tickets on sale yet, but I'm coming back there start of next year.
Okay.
So get all your Na'vi questions
All right.
down, and I'll come in and let's do a Na'vi special.
Yeah,
We'll do a Na'vi segment, and everyone listening right now, if you've ever had thoughts related to the Na'vi on Avatar, we've got a while now to get your homework done, and then we'll open up the phones.
We'll see you. We'll see you when you're here, Ross. Can't wait.
All right, always a pleasure. Take care.
This is Na'vi 937.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
What's your love language?
Human touch.
What's your love language? You know what I'm talking about?
Dancing.
But what, you dance for
You
Megan,
dancing.
or Megan dances for you?
No, I dance for Megan.
You dance for
The
Megan.
forbidden dance?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
The paso doble.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it gets them going.
I like a kind gesture. A kind gesture is nice.
What about acts of service?
Yeah, I guess that falls into the kind gesture,
Acts
doesn't
of
it?
service, Sean?
Here's an extra service. What day was it? It was last Friday, and I went outside to mow the back lawn unasked, and then I got yelled at.
What was your ass?
Oh, yes.
Unasked.
Unasked. Without having been asked.
I didn't know what you were talking. I thought you were at the Baggins Masters chat or something.
Don't worry about the love language. Let's cover off the English language first.
That's
great. No,
what are you doing?
No, but my thing would be from Megan, her love language to me, definitely would. It's easy as just make me dinner.
Oh, yeah, so food. Food is the one that gets you across the line.
Yeah.
On time.
I do say it's the food and
So,
punctuality.
I mean, we've got some people that gifts, and it's whether they're buying gifts is their love language for you, or receiving gifts is a love language.
Yeah.
Katy Perry, she was on a podcast called Call Her Daddy, where she...
They've run out of good names, haven't they?
was talking about the love language that she responds to the most. And we all know who her partner is, Orlando Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
She got a bit naughty, though. This is what she had to say.
If I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your sucked. I mean, like, literally, that is my love language. I don't need a red Ferrari. I can buy a red Ferrari. Just do the dishes. I will suck your
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It is easy.
It is that easy. And cheaper. I love how she had, if all the pantry doors are closed. How many pantry doors does she have?
But that seems to be her trigger point, is the pantry doors.
Yes.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's an interesting thing to say.
Yeah, it's
because
all
it's
the
like,
pantry
so somebody
doors.
leaves the pantry door open all the time.
This is the best way to be, isn't it? To find out that your partner likes just something simple. And then, but you know what? If your partner wants that simple thing, usually if they want it so badly, it's because you never do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Scott, you're a bona fide lover around town.
Famously.
It's true.
We'll
go with it.
What's your love? What can someone do for you that's like a gift or something, traditionally romantic that you go, yes?
Big advocate for love languages.
Yeah.
Touch is my primary love language.
Yes.
But I'm fluent in all 5.
Messy.
But I'm a sucker for just holding a hand or
a bit of a PDA.
yeah, or not
so public or
not
just
overt
even at
PDA.
home.
I'm not against that either, but just hold my hand under the table and I'm put your hand behind my back as we walk through a door.
Even say if you're at dinner and just you're sitting next to her and then under the table, even just your little pinkies link.
Yeah.
Is that a lot for you?
Yeah, bit lame, but yeah. At least hold my hand, a nice good grip or something like that. Yeah. That's what
at least hold my hand and call me by the right name. Is what Scott said.
Fair minimum.
That's it. That's all I want.
Gemma, what gets you going?
When my husband thinks for himself.
Sounds
That's
like
impossible.
It doesn't
Who
happen
is this
very
guy?
often.
So he needs to check the calendar first before asking me what we have on would be great. Look for something in the kitchen first before asking me where it is.
Oh, but it's easier because you know all the answers.
The mental load. He has all the answers. Everything's there for men to have, but they just like to ask us the question.
No, but Gemma.
We have everything else on our plate.
Gemma, whoever asks the most amount of questions, the answers belong to them eventually. So that's why he's constantly asking.
No. He's lazy.
You know what it is?
And can't look at the calendar
They live in the same house. I'm guessing you live in the same house for the same amount of time. So you both should know where the sticky tape is.
We all have the school app. We all have the school app that gives us notifications what's happening.
Yeah.
He knows how to open that up and check it and check. He doesn't need me to tell him. So when it's the perfect day or the perfect is when he's done everything for himself and he's thought about it.
Yep.
And I don't have to. When they go shop and buy a birthday present for a kid's party.
Yes.
That is the winner right there.
That's right
there.
That's
what
a
about
unicorn.
on the flip side? What does he like you doing for him?
He probably would like a little bit more attention in the bedroom.
So he wants the pants kiss.
Yes. And also, he wants all the answers to all his questions.
Yeah.
That would happen if I didn't have the mental load.
Yes, if you weren't so exhausted.
Yeah, Sean, she said mental load.
Gemma, thank you.
Sean
I can
just
hear the
mouthed it to
frustration in your voice. Good luck. Brendan's in Innaloo. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Great, Brendan. Okay, what's your love language? What do you just love a partner to do for you?
Well, I used to go to boarding school, and the first thing we had to do at boarding school was make the bed.
Yeah.
But I get up at 4:20 every morning. I get home about 6 o'clock.
Yes.
As soon as I step foot out of the bed, sheets pulled back, bed made, pillows fluffed. He's still asleep in bed. I get home at 6 o'clock in the evening, and literally, his side of the bed, not made. And it's like somebody has been sleeping alone all night.
Brendan. And that just
I love that you make your side of the bed.
That's
when
really
you get
well
up.
done.
That's so funny.
You come home and the bed is made.
My side's made.
No. But if you come home and the entire bed's made, that is it. You are
You'd be so happy.
That's like the happiest day because nothing better than laying on a fresh bed, fluffed pillows and going, what a crap day I actually had.
Yeah.
Hey, Brendan, talk to me about the cushion situation on your bed. Are you like under about 20 cushions?
Well, I can sleep with one. He has to sleep with 6. One between his legs, one between us, one on his head, and another one by the side.
Wait, there's one on his head?
One on his head.
Yeah, so one under his head, presumably.
No,
in the
on his
in the traditional position, and then one. So he's a sandwich, essentially.
Correct.
His sandwich is his head.
Pillows on both sides, by his knees, on his head, and he lays on one as well.
Can
and
I say, Brendan, I'm sure you're very happy, but it sounds like he's barricading himself.
100%.
He's creating a barricade
He doesn't
so you
want
can't
you to touch him
get
at all.
to him.
Yeah, the barrier in the middle, I get that at home too.
You. He doesn't want to be touched by you. Anyway, good luck with your relationship.
Yeah.
I know we get along very, very well. We love each other. But he can't handle being touched or stroked. It just literally sends him crazy.
Well, that's upsetting that he can't handle being stroked, eh?
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.